Hey, this is Mad Matt from Budget Boostin'. Alright, today we're going to talk about do-it-yourself racing stripes. Now, we all know this Buick is a pretty mean machine, but I want to do a couple racing stripes and a couple little details to make it look as mean as it is. So, I'm going to take this discussion right now. We're going to discuss on how to do this and the equipment necessary to do the job. And first, we'll just take a walk around the Buick. Now, you've seen pictures of the Buick before in other videos. You've seen how, it's just plain black with some chrome on it and stuff like that. It didn't look that great. It runs awesome, but it didn't look as mean as it could. So I added some personality to it with some racing stripes and pinstriping. Now, I'll show you the type of stuff we have, but first we'll take a quick walk around the car and I'll show you what I've done to it since last time you saw it. Basically did race stripes on the trunk, the roof, pinstriping on the sides, painted the wheels, painted the lettering on the black tires to where you could see the letters in white, pinstriping on the sides, pinstriping on the hood, silver race stripes on the hood with the 3.8 SFI turbo outlined in black so it stands out, improved the looks of the front. Even did pinstriping on the T-tops with a little silver underneath so you can see the color difference between the glass that's been painted underneath and they follow the body lines in the racing stripes. So pretty much just detailed the car, including even detailed the mirrors. You can even see the mirrors. I did a little detailing on those too. So all these little details can sure make a big difference on how the car looks. Even the looks on the tires. Basically just took the time to take white paint pen and paint the capital Sport on the tires. Because they were black walls. They didn't have white walls or white letters on these tires. So I kind of colored them in, took my time, relaxed, and put those in. Because it makes a nice difference looking at it from a distance. So I even did the door handles. I mean, you can look at the door handles. You see a little detail in there with some pinstriping. So pretty much all this takes is just time and some materials. Just take your time, look at potential details that could, elaborate a certain part of a car, and just take your time and get it done. I'll show you some of the materials I used for this. Okay, first off, you need paper. You need a nice roll of paper, or newspaper even works too, and you tape off the areas in which you like to paint. So I laid paper down. Before I put these pinstripes here, it was just silver stripes. So I laid paper down and put tape to seal it, and I put a piece of tape in the middle to give you that middle line. I just ran a piece of tape all the way up the whole car, and see, it's the exact width of the tape that I used for this middle stripe, and I did the same for the entire car that I did on the roof and the hood. I just taped it all off, and then I took my old paint gun, put some silver paint in there, took my time, shot the silver stripes once they're all taped up. And if you don't have a paint gun, you could buy some silver or chrome paint to do the same thing. It just takes a few cans to do this, but you can get this off the shelf of AutoZone. And if you don't have the, for like small areas, I used spray can metallic black for some of the edging and the details. Once I did the silver stripes, I used metallic black. And I also used it to touch up some spots that were not coming through and not doing very well. And I use this kind of paint for the wheels. So as you can see, this kind of paint from AutoZone, right off the shelf. And look how it did on the wheels. Gloss black. Sure makes a big difference. A little thing sure made a big difference. And then when I did the tire lettering on the front, I used a white paint pen. white paint pen and just took my time and hand wrote the letters out. The letters are already there. I just colored them in with the white. And real small black details, I used this touch-up paint. And like if there's some little edges that didn't, you know, tape out just right, I taped them off and then touched them up with the touch-up paint. And also when I laid the pinstriping on, as you can see, I took the edges and applied a little touch-up paint there so the wind wouldn't hit and start, you know, eventually it kind of seals the edges. I sealed all the edges of all the crevices with the touch-up paint. That also helps keep it on. And then I clear coated over the pinstriping when I was done. Same with this pinstriping here. I applied it and I cleared over it. And this pinstriping looks just like this. You can buy it at AutoZone or any of those parts places as well. This pinstriping, I put the small side in, laid it on, you peel the backing off, lay it down, then when you're done, you clear the clear coat off and it stays right on there. You just take your time and lay it out. And just stick a little bit at a time, until you get it. Pre-measure it, cut it, apply it, then peel the clear top layer so this metallic silver pinstriping stays on there. And this usually costs about $5 or $6, but it's $5 or $6 that can really bring these racing stripes out and make it look so much better. Just these little small details that can do a lot. Then we got this pinstriping here, which I used for the side. I just took my time, pre-measured, cut, and laid it out gradually, and then peeled the clear when I was done. There's like a little clear tape to peel off when you're done and get to stick. And of course, when you're painting, it's always good to have a respirator with you. This is a nice little full-face respirator that I've had for a long time. But you can still get a half-face respirator, do the same thing, just to keep the paint vapors and the thinner vapors out of your lungs, so you can keep painting for many years, not take your lungs out. Lacquer Thinner, I use this to clean my paint gun, as well as when I'm shooting colors. If the paint's kind of thick and you want to spray more smooth, you mix thinner, this kind of thinner, the Lacquer Thinner, with the paint, and it'll spray easier. You'll get a nice, better spray pattern. So you mix a little bit thinner there until it's just right. And of course your tape. All kinds of good stuff here. So I hope you enjoyed this video on applying racing stripes and detailing to your car. Because, you know, if your car's fast, you just want to add a few more details to make it look as mean as it really is. It's no show car by any shape of the imagination, but it sure looks a lot better than it did a few weeks ago. Altogether, this took me about, I just took my time, it took me about 3 or 4 days, and I'm not done yet. I've still got to clear coat the rest of the car to bring out the shine and everything, and when I do, it'll look so much better. So, thanks again for watching Budget Boosting. If you like us on our YouTube page, like us on Facebook. Remember our Budget Boosting stickers, buy it now auctions on eBay for 20 bucks, free shipping. And as always, knowledge is power, it's horsepower.